Hey there, Wendy here with Jazzydoodledesigns, and take a look at what I got. Like, I need more pencils, like I need a hole in the head, but I could not resist this beautiful color palette by Castle Arts. So let me open this up. First, I'll tell you it came in a box with padding and then in this box. So I'm going to open it up and we'll take a peek. Okay, so I opened it up and I took off the protective plastic that's also on there. And it comes in this beautiful tin. It says 72 Harmonious Collection Colored Pencils with silky smooth velvety leads offering both translucency and opacity. So I don't know if that means some are translucent and some are opaque. That's kind of interesting. So I like that the lid is hinged. So their customer service information. They always have like a product guide which talks about all the different products that are available. So you can look at each color and see what sets it's in, which I find very helpful. I don't know. And then it also breaks them down here, like if you're looking for a specific set. So they have 120 soft touch, 72 soft touch, 120 gold range, 72 gold range, 48 metallic, and 48 pastel tint. Then of course they have this one. So this is Queen of Harmony, create this harmonious pencil illustration in 6 easy stages. Now these are all of the pencils that are going to be included in this kit. But look at all the moody, muted tones. I love it. But then, let me back out just a little. So this is a tutorial where it goes from step 1 and then it tells you what tones to use to come up with your final page. Now, I did get something via email that was a coloring book. I haven't taken a look at that yet. I'll have to look and see if maybe that picture is there. This is kind of a little guide that has a lot of tips and, you know, showing you how to hold the pencil. Once again, here is our color palette. Tells you how to shade, how to get a smoother finish. There's also that technique in smaller size, and then a technique or a tutorial for the castle and for the calla lily. I'm gonna have to look and see if that's what's in my email. And then the Arabian Dreams. So that's kind of fun. And then you get a nice swatch chart. I do like that it is on heavy duty paper. But take a look at these pretty colors. One of the things I really love about Prismacolors is I feel like some of these tones, you know, Prismacolor has some of those tones. And I really like their palette. Here's the second tray. And here we got these beautiful purples and dusky pinks. And then our third one with these muted greens. Think Celadon green or pale sage and the like. And I'm curious to see if these will work well with other pencils. These are a wax-based pencil. So I am curious to see, you know, how they perform and how they integrate with other colors, you know, so can we use these in conjunction, say, with Prismacolor or with Prismas, or did I just say Prismacolor twice? Polychromos or Prismacolors. so that we can, have different, expand on our collection. So I will be back as soon as I fill this out, and then we'll take a look again. Okay, I'm back, and look at this beautiful palette. Now, I put them in my own order like I do, and I will put this up on the Ko-fi shop if you're interested, but I absolutely love these muted colors. I feel like there are some colors that maybe you would find in other sets maybe, but not any particular set. So there's a couple that I feel like could be similar to some Prismacolor. There's some that I feel like could be like Castle Art or Color Soft, but not in its own individual palette. Now I will say this. This was the card they sent, and I didn't really enjoy using these pencils on this paper. This is a smooth paper, and you can see where I felt like it was hard to blend out like the stroke marks. And I tried being pretty light-handed, and I still struggled. Now, obviously, some look better than others, but it's something to think about. So I will try it on some different paper. This is how they come in the tin, roughly. There was a couple of pencils that were out of order, and they went from right to left instead of left to right. But this is how I put them in my order. So I will do a full breakdown with my color pencil sheet, and we'll see how they perform. Okay, let's take a look at these pencils, shall we? So this is the Castle Art Harmonious. And it comes in a 72 tin. Now this is a supplemental tin. This is not meant really to be a standalone. I mean, it has a very limited palette. It says it has Come Forth White, but it's really kind of an off-white. It really doesn't have a black. So this is not really intended to be a standalone pencil, but tin, but simply to go along with the other palettes that they have, like Soft Touch or the Gold. So as far as availability, right now, I do see that you can buy them in the UK through Castle Arts. They have a free shipping. I think it's over £75. Don't quote me on that. But I'm only going to give them a 3 because they're not on Amazon. But I do feel like I can only really talk about what's available to me. And I feel like Castle Art, I've ordered directly from them. They have great customer service as far as I have experienced. And they offer coupons and discounts and a lot of other things when you buy from them. So, that being said, they're about $36, which makes them about 50 cents a pencil. So once again, I'm going to give them 3 stars because our really cheap pencils are in the 15 to 25 cents, but then we definitely have pencils that are way over 50 cents a pencil. So I would say it's about average. 72 is the number available. It only comes in 1, but I feel like 72 is a good amount of pencils. So I'm going to go ahead and give them 4 stars because it is what it is. I'm not comparing like a full tin. This is a specialty set. Open stock. It definitely gets no stars because it is not open stock. Does the barrel match the swatch? So let's take a peek. I have a case on order but it hasn't gotten here yet. Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of paper here. Now, one of the things that I will say is some of these are very spot on. Others are not. What bothers me is that, let's grab these two. So if I was grabbing for these on my desk, there isn't a huge difference. I could tell this one's darker, this one's lighter, but this is pine green and bayberry. There's a significant difference here, not as much here. So, you know, how close do we feel like they match the pencil? Fairly good. I mean, this makes it look like a more muted color than this. This one I would say is very spot on. So we'll put those back. I guess my problem is that when I look at these pencils, many of them, like these three, almost look like the exact same pencil. So let's look at it. We have oak, mocha, and dark chocolate. So we have oak, dark chocolate, and mocha. Very different colors, but almost identical barrels. So you would definitely have to swatch to see that this is the redder of the group and that this is the yellower of the group, right? So, you know, these are small details. The swatches definitely pan this out. Let's see, so it goes, I haven't numbered these yet, so I want them to go back in the right order. Okay, dark chocolate. Okay. But I mean, as far as let's pull a couple more here. So this one is Deep Aegean, this color here. And this is Harbor Blue, which is this color here. They're both pretty similar. Let's take a look. So it's a little lighter. I mean, these are very similar colors. This one's slightly darker, which goes with our pencil, right? So I don't think these are awful. Are they, you know, I think when you get into this palette that's super similar, it's going to be hard to have pencils that are readily, like you can just glance at them and know which one it is, right? Some of these I've had to put 4 in because they don't really, they don't really fit, because this is my Holbein case. But overall, I was pretty happy. Let's look at this one, Dusty Rose. So, like some of these, this one's definitely quite a bit lighter than this one. But if you look at the pencil, it's pretty similar. So, I would say that these are about average in terms of do they match the barrel. Some do, some don't. Are they well pigmented? I definitely think that they're well pigmented. They lay down really nice color from the get-go. This is just see-through copy paper, just as cheap as you can get. And look at the vibrant colors, even in these muted tones. By vibrant, I mean pigmented, not vibrant as in, you know, in your face. So there's that. I'm pleased with how they lay down. I think that they're very well pigmented. As far as the palette, let's make sure you're still in there. It says balanced palette. I'm just going to give them a 5 because the reason I bought these pencils is because of the palette. So obviously I like the palette. Let's take a look at the pencil itself. So I think it's a very pretty pencil. Let me turn that over to where it's not conflicting. I'll even try and zoom in. Okay, so it says Castle Arts Harmonious, and then if you turn it in nice white, easy to read font, says Dusty Rose 006 HA. I really enjoy the look of these pencils. Now, they are made of the cheaper pine or balsa or whatever you want to say, but overall, I don't know if you can tell, they're pretty decently centered. I didn't find a lot of pencils that were way off. There were a couple, like this one is a little off center. I think that you're gonna find that with budget pencils. You just are. I didn't find any that I had problems with breakage. So I am going to give them 5 stars for appearance and feel, because they're easy to read, they feel good in the hand, they have a nice solid core. I haven't found them to be hard, easy to break or anything like that. Let's pick, I'm going to pick this gray color. We'll look at our opacity here. I mean, that's gray and it's showing up pretty well. This duck egg, this is a pretty color. Once again, I mean, is it the most vibrant? No, but I will say let's grab this purple from Crayola, and then I'll grab a similar purple. Let's see. I think they're decent. Are they the most opaque pencils I've ever used? No, but they certainly aren't awful. Let's pick one that's more of a yellowish tone. Peach. I think they're good. Maybe not great, but good. How many layers does it take to fill? Are you in camera? Okay. I mean, I feel like they lay down beautifully. You can see just in one layer. I mean, we definitely have some white. I am not pushing hard at all. There's 2. Let's maybe do a little diagonal. So 3, maybe 3 or 4 to fill it up. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. We'll test the water solubility here. Not water soluble. They never are. Pencils just aren't generally. All right, let me grab some pencils and we'll do a blend. Okay, what I thought I'd do is this Dusty Lavender Flint Nightshade and this Deep Aegean. And we'll just see how they blend. So we'll go in with our lightest here. I think they blend very nicely. We could definitely okay. I think that blended really well. We did get a little bit of crumbs. It's not awful, but I think they blended well. How many layers to capacity? Let's grab another color. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 2, there's 3. So 4, I think, gets us full. I think I'm going to say 5, which is not awful, but it's not the best. So we'll give it 4 stars. Okay, let me zoom you out a little so we can take a look at everything. All right, so other things to note, this is a limited palette or specialty. Personally, I like these pencils. I am interested in doing a picture with them, but let's take a look at our score. Wendy does math, prepare. 3, 6, 10, love it when it does that, 18, 28, 29, 30, 31 and a half, 36 and a half, 37, 38, 39, 40 and a half. So I think it was a little lower than maybe some of our other scores, just simply because they are budget pencils, they are brand new to the market, so those kind of things are working against them a little bit. But are they worth it? I guess it depends on if you like these colors. I love these muted, moody colors. Some days I want to work vibrant and, you know, like that happy spring, summer kind of palette. But sometimes I like that softer, muted kind of look. And I feel like these would be a nice addition to my other pencils. So working these in conjunction with other sets. So I thought it might be fun to kind of do some comparisons and just see how close some of these colors are to other lines. So I pulled out my chart for Prisma and Polychromos because I feel like those are probably the most popular pencils. I will say, when you look at, I'm going to back you out just a little. When you're looking at Prismas and the Harmonious, I see some colors that I feel like this clay rose is maybe this rosy stone, or this dusty rose could be, you know, maybe this pink rose or deco pink, or like light peach to this wheatgrass maybe. So I see some of these muted colors, this jade green and celadon green. Those are kind of similar to this color here, but they are slightly different. So I feel like it's a good add-on. I mean, could you go in and mix and match and say sky blue light is this duck egg? Possibly. You know, but to have them all in one collection is really nice. Where I think it would really shine, though, is putting aside Prismacolor, because I think part of why I love Prismacolor so much, I've said it before, is the color palette, and I think it is because it has some of these muted colors. But when you look at the polychromos, you just don't get as many muted colors here. Most of these are very vibrant, rich colors. Let's back out just a little. So I feel like this is such a nice complementary set, because while, you know, you could make an argument, like, see, it's not even, none of those blues are even the right blue there. The purples, there's nothing like these here at all. So I feel like this is a beautiful complement to these purples, right? And these light lavenders, we have nothing in our polychromos in that line. And so I just feel like these peachy pinks definitely complement these. These greens down here are a nice complement to some of these. I think it goes really well with this earth green. And I just feel like this really fleshes out some of the missing muted colors in the polychromos. So I would say that is how I would look at this set, as a complement. And looking at it, I mean, I'm excited about that because I love working with polychromos, but I do know that I tend to fall back to Prisma just simply because of some of these lighter colors and some of these more muted tones. I love the French grays, and that's essentially what you have down here. And so you don't really have that in your polychromos. So take a look at that if that's something that appeals to you. I did work with these in my Disney book, using them with the Holbein pencils, and they worked really well together. I haven't tried them with other pencils yet, but overall I would say these are worth the money if you like these colors. If you're someone that likes a lot of purples and pinks, like, look, half of the palette is that, and the other half is blues and grays. These are colors I really like a lot, and so to me it's worth it. Will it be worth it to you? I don't know, but as far as a budget pencil goes, I think they're really good. So I hope you found this review helpful, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and until the next time, happy coloring. Thank you for watching another video from Jazzydoodledesigns. If you enjoy adult coloring content, please consider subscribing. You can now find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. I welcome all comments and suggestions. Don't forget to like the video before you go. And until next time, take care.